there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you're here. Today we are talking love after lockup, love and marriage arrests, Huntsville, tomfoolery that is taking place, you guys. And how many times do we have to have the same conversation over and over and over again about these degenerates, you guys? But they have the audacity, you guys, to come for Mel supporters and the millimeters and say that they're doing all these things that are wrong, that they're hate groups, that they're spreading conjecture and conspiracy theories, and that they're haters, and that they're miserable and alone, and all of these things, you guys. Meanwhile, you and your family are racking up the charges. You are racking up the lawsuits. You are racking up the arrests. But have the audacity to be concerned about Mel, the millimeters, and Mel supporters. Can you make it make sense as to why you keep manifesting your own demise? Why you keep digging your own graves as you are desperately waiting for a downfall of Melody Cherie Rogers, because all intents and purposes, the other attempts to try to take down Mel and try to break her have failed, you guys. So what am I talking about? What has happened now? And I'm going to enjoy this one, you guys, because the second son, you guys, the second son of the Fletchers has been arrested, you guys. That is correct. We had previously, if you guys will recall, Chris Fletcher Jr. that was arrested. Nonetheless, we have his older brother now, you guys. Lance, who was arrested, and it's alleged that he hit a vehicle and provided fake information, struck a vehicle. You guys, I can't. He was there, I guess, at 6 in the morning and got out at 7:45 this morning. Also, Maurice has been released from the drunk tank as well. Spent 12 hours. So again, here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing, real talk, right? Now, you did all this projection, right? You went on this rampage for the first couple of episodes, going in on Mel, gossiping with Stormy and everyone else, but your so-called friend Melody Cherie Rogers, you guys, and talked about how you don't like the fact that Mel is sending a black man to jail, that there should have been an alternative way Mel and Martell could have worked out their problems, as if he has not been harassing her this entire time. As if he has not been threatening her this entire time. As if he has not tried to force Mel to do the things that he wants her to do this entire time, you guys. But it's Mel's fault because Martell went to jail, you guys. It's Mel's fault that Mel decided to stop giving Martell grace and start taking action so that he can be sit down finally somewhere, right? And then she's so concerned about the kids. Oh, you guys have 4 beautiful children together, and the kids are going to grow up, and you don't want a situation where they're pinned against each other and have to make a choice and blah, 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 blah. But what about your sons now? What about your sons with you and Chris Fletcher, you guys, that this year alone have both been arrested? And have both apparently have some issues, you guys, with money, with theft, with fraud, with all of these things, you guys. So apparently, Chris Fletcher's real estate money is not extending to the kids at all, right? Because they're about the life in the streets, apparently, right? They're about all of the criminal activity and all the illegal activity that there is. So now my question to you, is this a conspiracy as well? Is this an example of just the system in Huntsville? They're just after your kids. Your kids didn't do anything wrong. It's a setup. The right people that Martell alleges knows you guys personally wasn't available at the time to write off this arrest. I just want to know what the excuse is going to be. And how many times we have to have this conversation, but yet you are so concerned about Mel, and you want to somehow blame Mel for all of your problems, you guys. Guess what? Mel, the Mellometers, Mel supporters have nothing to do with your criminal activities, you guys. Has nothing to do with you continuing to break the law, you guys. Has nothing to do with you getting arrested. The issue is that you want to hide all of this and pretend that you are an upstanding citizen, that you are a contributing member of society, except for you do not have your freedom. You keep losing your freedom, right? Because for the love of the illegal activities, right? For the love of criminal activities, you guys. Make it make sense. Carlos King, once again, I'm going to keep saying it in every video. This is not black excellence. This is not what Love and Marriage Huntsville was supposed to be. The show was supposed to be about 3 black couples who were entrepreneurs who were supposed to be giving back to the black community. But it seems your cast wants to stay in jail. That they want to stay in jail. They do not want their freedom, you guys. And they just want to build up their rap sheets. They are using the show to strengthen their criminal rap sheets, you guys. Because it makes zero sense at this point why we have to do an arrest discussion on a latest cast member or a relative of a cast member on this show this frequently, you guys, as the show is actively airing a diminishing of DV, actively trying to make another person who was arrested in Martell look like an actual victim when he's the perpetrator. Can you make it make sense? Carlos King, this show was supposed to be, seeing the comeback group making affordable housing, building real homes, you guys, that the black community could move into and live in, you guys, and not the squatting stuff that's taking place with half of your cast right now, right? But all of these opportunities that you guys were supposed to be implementing for this show, per Marceau, because him and Mel had a conversation that they were concerned about their black sons and did not want to see their black sons go down the wrong path, you guys. Or be another statistic in the news of getting shot by a police officer. So how do we go from that, you guys, to all these black men getting arrested? Literally this year alone, right? 4 black men already this year alone, you guys. And it's not their first rodeo. It is not their first rodeo. We know Martell is a lifetime criminal, right? So again, I just want to know, Mel, all that caping you did for Martell, and you went hard in the paint for him, and tried to down Mel, tried to say Mel was being extra and doing the most in X, Y, and Z. And you sat there in Martell's face, still trying to lift him up and butter him up, only for him to still call you a side chick. And to still call you a side piece. And to still call you that you were just a 60-year-old. And he didn't care about your little party, right? All that shade. And you still, even as a few days ago, went on an interview, went on a podcast, still defending Martell. Meanwhile, your own kids, your own black sons are getting arrested and cannot seem to keep their freedom either. Can you make it make sense? But you're so concerned about a black man being in prison, but are you concerned about your own sons being in prison? I'm just trying to figure out the correlation, because this need to try to coddle Martell, this need to try to infiltrate, Martell, has to stop. Meanwhile, you guys keep digging these graves, right? You keep digging these graves in hopes that Mel's going to fall in, and you guys, all of these schemes that you guys have been trying to do these past few years to try to get Mel off of her own show have flopped. So now you have moved on to blaming the Mellometers, the YouTubers, the Mel supporting content creators, the Mel supporting fans, Everything is all of their fault in an umbrella. They're all the deplorables, you guys, except for it is deplorable to continue to get arrested. It is deplorable to continue to get sued for fraud. It is deplorable to have all of these liens on your property. It's deplorable to actively have on Yelp that your business is closed and that your liquor license is expired, but still pretending to be open when it's an opportunity to film for the show or if it's a special private event, you guys. But you're saying that the millimeters and everyone else, they're attacking your business. No. You're attacking your own business. You're affecting your own coins by not being transparent with the people, you guys. Make it make sense. But this has got to stop, right? But at this point, I think Kimmy and Mel are the only ones without mugshots at this point. So who's next? Another repeat offender? Because, again, what is happening, what is going on in Huntsville that these people can't seem to be on the straight and narrow, but have the audacity to come for somebody else, have the audacity to be in somebody else's business when your own household has all types of issues right now. Your own household has all types of chaos. You have 2 sons who got arrested this year alone, and then you have a stepdaughter now who basically is exposing you in that there was inappropriate, relations with her father and you while he was still legally married to her mom. And even when her mom took him back, and she thought that everything was on the up and up, until she found letters from Nell around the house, in which Nell lied and claimed that once she found out Chris Fletcher was married, she was done with him. So you've got all this smoke for other people and other people being a side chick. You've got all this smoke for Martell, a black man, being in jail. But what are your thoughts about 2 of your sons being in jail? What are your thoughts of people calling you a side chick? What are your thoughts of people saying you knew that Chris Fletcher was married and you still wanted to entertain him? Just because you've been together 30 years now doesn't, exempt you from any type of criticism or critique if the marriage and the relationship or situationship entanglement started off a little sketchy to begin with. And makes sense, well, you also got cheated on as well, right? Because Chris Fletcher is a habitual cheater. This is what he does, right? He likes to have his cake and eat it too. But again, why do we have to keep doing this, you guys? Again, Carlos King, this is not what we wanted. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. If we wanted to watch Love and Lockup, we would do so. Or Love After Lockup, or Love During Lockup, Love in the Future Lockup. I am over it, you guys. I am over it. This is embarrassing. And even if Oprah only owns 1% of the Oprah Winfrey Network at this point, it's embarrassing. It's still a bad reflection on her. It's still a bad reflection on her because we went to decent programming like Greenleaf and Queen Sugar, and now we are in the pits of HELL with Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. That is clearly on its last legs if we're going to spend the second half of the season talking about the entire cast practically being arrested and having a rap sheet and being a terrible example and a terrible representative for the community, for this show, for Huntsville, for their respective alleged careers that they're putting on the line and that they're abandoning to be a reality star for pennies, allegedly. But it's somehow our fault. It's somehow our fault that you cannot keep your freedom. It is our fault that you keep getting arrested. It is our fault that you can't get your life together. No. Nobody's bullying you. Nobody's stalking you. Nobody cares. But it seems the only way we can talk about you is if you throw dirt on Mel's name or if you get arrested or get sued. That is the only reason people are talking about you. And it's for all of the wrong reasons, right? But this isn't funny. This isn't entertaining. This isn't cute. This is, embarrassing. and disgusting and disturbing, and just speaks to the chaos that this show has become. But again, it starts at the top with all of the coddling and enabling, in particular, of Martell. And now all of a sudden, you guys want to do the mute challenge and hide back into your little tents. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I feel empathy and sorry for Mel. You know, I can't believe she was going through all of this. When you knew she's been going through all of this, you witnessed right there where Martell was being unhinged to his wife, his ex-wife, right? You were right there when he was out of order. But instead, you still wanted your tea kept quiet. You still wanted your skeletons to remain in the closet. So therefore, you're willing to stand next to the devil and defend the devil as long as your sins are not revealed. Can you make it make sense? But now you want to play in everyone's face and think everyone's stupid and everyone's dumb? When I'm pretty sure most of us probably have more degrees, more years of work experience, more legit income and assets and everything else than you. But you're too busy on social media trying to figure out what people are saying about you, so then you can go on another drunken rant, you guys. But this isn't it. This is embarrassing. This is not what, this show was supposed to be. But Carlos King is so checked out that he's probably going to do another pre-recorded video on Monday with Dr. Heavenly, and it's going to be a hot mess. Because Carlos King, this is not, even on Bravo, right? Even Bravo, even with their arrests, whether it's like DUIs or whatever, right? It has never been this bad to where practically the entire cast all have mugshots, you guys. I have never seen anything like this before. Where literally the entire cast has mugshots. The entire cast practically has done something illegal. The entire cast practically has been arrested for something. The entire cast has been fraud at one point or the other, with the exception of Melody Sheree Rogers. But Melody Sheree Rogers is the only name you seem to mutter. That's the only name that comes out of your mouth. Meanwhile, you guys are living a life of crime and a life of illegal activities, and when it gets called out, you want to call somebody a hater. But this is all public record. You are all over the news for all of the wrong reasons. So of course we're going to report on it because it's embarrassing. And this is how quickly, like I said, you go hard in the paint for people who are problematic. This is what happens when you defend people who are terrible, and you watched it and you were part of the enabling of a monster, but now all of a sudden the tables have turned. And now all of a sudden your life is a mess. Your skeletons are fumbling out of the closet at this point, right? And now your kids are getting arrested back to back. No. That is not it, you guys. That is not it. We're going to call it out every day and twice on Sunday as far as I'm concerned, because this isn't it. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.